theories in politics. And watch my stream, like my video, and subscribe my channel. And ask your question, the most important. Let's discuss what's happening. And I decided to talk about conspiracy theories in politics. It's really important because we have a lot of stuff was happening, which it was really conspiracies, and we have to talk about this because what's now happening in politics really important, and we have to suspect something what we don't know about, and let's talk about it. So like my stream, subscribe my channel, and ask your question. So what made me thinking this way about these conspiracy theories? You remember when Donald Trump um, was on election in 2016? It was a lot of stories about him with report about what he was doing in Moscow, in the bed where Barack Obama was sleeping and stuff like this. What's the name of this guy? This report, and our um, law enforcement agencies like FBI and CIA, they supported with Reid report, I guess. The guy was named Reid, and he made this document together with Russian political technologist, and they based on some statements of some people, and it all was fake, how we know right now. But when it was released, it was really, it was really important, and it's influenced and it's affected, elections, of course, and it was a lot of stuff happening all there. So it was really conspiracy, and when we were trying to talk about this at that time in 2016, most people say us we are crazy, and we like conspiracy theories, but now we see it's true. Another thing, it was the mainstream to believe what Donald Trump is agent of Kremlin. Oh, hi, Crafty Clark. Hello, hello. Nice to see you here. Subscribe my channel, like my channel. Nice to see you here and ask your questions. So, in our conspiracy theory, it's about what Trump is a Russian agent. He is working with KGB, and this is what we were talking about all the time. And people who wasn't sure at this, they looks like they were looking like crazy. This is what we're trying to do. And now we know what at real Donald Trump was never connected, never linked to KGB, to Russian authorities, nothing like this. He's just regular American guy who traveled to Soviet Union, Uh, he is, unique person. He remembers how Soviet Union looked because he visited Soviet Union during Soviet time, during communism. And it's really interesting. So, I'm on the hell. Thank you, Crafty. So it also was a conspiracy theory, but one more thing about this, Jeffrey Epstein. We don't know what's happening with this island. We don't want to show us these files, but there is a more important thing about this Jeffrey Epstein case, because everyone talking about his crimes, what he was sentenced for, but another part of his activity, and it's actually main his life activity, it's where he get his money from. And we know what he was collaborating with Russian, with Soviet defense minister Marshal Ustinov, and he made big deals with huge money. But why? Who introduced him to Russian government, and how it was working? If he was agent of KGB, maybe, and also it's possible he was an agent of Mossad, of Israel Secret Services. Crafty, the judges are holding up the information. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, because this is a really deep situation. Maybe they don't want to show it because they know what Jeffrey Epstein was, not even double, triple agent, because I'm sure he was collaborating with FBI or CIA, definitely, because he could not continue his activity if he did not collaborate with American law enforcement agencies. And he collected over $1 billion, and it's not what $1 billion now. $1 billion in 90s, it's now like 10 billions or 15 billions. Prices are up, inflation and stuff like this. But yeah, I think who a little bit older will remember how it was. So these materials, these files of Jeffrey Epstein case, they don't show us who he really was and why he used all these connections. So he had this money, but he did not invest it like people invest. If you have $1 million or $1 billion, you're gonna invest in stocks, or you're gonna invest in maybe property. You're gonna do like Donald Trump, real estate business if you have enough money. But we don't see nothing like this. And Jeffrey Epstein was trying to do some business with Trump also, but it wasn't successful. So, and he is just regular school teacher. He was teaching math for people. And it's really weird how a regular school teacher can become a billionaire with if he invented something, if he built a huge business or stuff like this. But he did not. He did not. And the source of his money, we don't know what's the source of his money. And this is the biggest questions. And where all his money gone now, we also don't know. And this is most important. And it's not about this, Lolita Express and stuff like this. It's only, it's only coverage. The situation covered with this story about what they did. And I think we're gonna know soon about this with the conspiracy theory also gonna be destroyed, and we're gonna know what's the person. And his girlfriend with Ghislaine Maxwell, she can tell a lot about this, because she is from rich family. Her dad is a rich guy in England, I guess. So it's also not easy why she was involved in all this activity. You can't say it's just crazy people. No, it's not crazy people. They're not sick. This kind of people, they can be sick. The most conspiracy theory, what's they, all these rich people, they like lizards or stuff like this, they do this and that. But at real, actually, they don't. They do something worse. They can do worse. They start wars. They kill millions of people and stuff like this. They support terrorists. This is what they do, but not what people expect to see there. And this is, the main mystery. Who is Mr. Epstein? Who is Mr. Epstein? We have to understand who is he. And now, another conspiracy theory broken after this summit in Alaska, as you know. Now we see what kind of relationship between President Trump and Putin at real. So we see what they hate each other. You remember when President Trump at his last term was meeting with him in Finland somewhere. After this, all journalists was talking about, so Trump is friend with Putin and it's bad, stuff like this. But now we see what we see. President Trump clapped the door and left this summit with Putin because he wasn't agree. Because he was not agree with what Putin says. And now all these conspiracies, what he is, Agent Petrov, how they say Agent Petrov, of KGB, sure, what Putin has some blackmail on him, what he did, something like this. It's all dropped. It's all dropped because we see Putin. All Putin has it's maybe nuclear blackmailing of President Trump, but nothing else. So this is what's happening, and it's really good. What's next conspiracy theory broke down, and we know more about what's happening around, and it's really nice. But it's now it's new conspiracy theory was born because we really don't know what's happening, why this summit wasn't successful, and at the same time President Trump is talking it was super successful. He is very glad, it was very nice, he is happy with talk with Putin, but we see what it's not. So we don't know what we were talking about, we don't know what Putin told him, we don't know. And people say it was ultimatum from Putin to Trump about future, about this war, and we don't want to talk about this. And now when these European leaders together with Zelensky we are arriving to Washington DC, so it's not easy stuff, why we all running to here to Washington, why, what's happening, what they don't tell us. So we're hiding something, and we're hiding something really important. Of course, we're gonna know, but now it's also conspiracy theory, and this is the biggest question I'm thinking about now. Because what can it be? Putin threatening the war, the nuclear war? No, okay, we have defense, we also can attack, and our abilities bigger, stronger and stronger than Putin's. So something happening, and President Trump does not say anything, but we can see how he looks. Uh, have you seen when he arrived to Washington DC back from Alaska? He was exhausted when he walked down from airplane to his car. It was very visible. He was really tired. He didn't have no tie and stuff like this. He was stepping and stepping down. So he has heard something really disappointing, because and he had really good long day. I understand it's 20 hours. He didn't sleep. He was working, but still, if you have something successful and this day was really good for you, you will not be so exhausted. You're gonna be happy. So guys, are you here or is nobody here? Yes, you're listening to me. Ask your questions. Ask your questions and give me your like and subscribe my channel. Let's talk more about this. You can also ask your questions, what you think, or maybe it's on different topics, but let's talk. Let's talk. It's really nice. It's the middle of the day, and we're talking about this now because it's Sunday, nobody working, so people can talk to me. So Crafty Clark say the judges are holding up the information. Maybe judges holding up the information because the law does not let to do what we want to do. Because with grand jury, it's classified information. We're not supposed to share it with people. So maybe it's just a law. But of course, it's interesting to see what's in these files, what's in these cases. And now we're expecting what's going to happen next when Zelensky and European leaders arrive tomorrow. And it's everything moving fast, situation evolving fast. And we're going to know very soon what if President Trump was lying about Putin and stuff, or no, or he really get some success with them, and something something gonna change, and maybe we're gonna get to peace agreement very soon. I don't know, but I suspect what's something really happening. And it looks like Zelensky doesn't want to sign this agreement because he does not want to lose some territories, and it's necessary to stop the war. And his people, his nation Not gonna let him do this way, act this way, and that may be next revolution and stuff like this. So it's really not good. I don't know how we're gonna do it. I don't know how we're gonna do it. So this is actually all I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell what these conspiracies are really important. They influence on our life, and we're breaking almost all the time. So, guys, you have to be careful, and of course, we have to talk about everything. The most exotic, possibilities, the most exotic versions have a right to be discussed and to see what's true, what not. So, don't shy, ask your question, like my stream, and let's talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this later today in midnight in my late night talks, and I'm gonna talk about this another conspiracy, Nazi nuclear program, in connection with Iranian nuclear program, and how all this was evolving, how this situation was evolving. The World War II began in one condition and finished in completely different conditions. It was different, completely different world. So when we started, it was very, not complicated world, and when we finished, it was everything. It was nuclear weapon. It was, computers invented and stuff like this, radars, jet fighters, everything, ballistic missiles, a lot of stuff was invented during this short period of time. So we have to talk about this and why it's possible and how it happened. It's really interesting because if we understand how it was last time, we can understand what's happening right now, and we're watching it, but not always understand what's happening. Thank you guys. See you soon.